So, hello, welcome back to episode 2. People seem to enjoy the first one, which is good. So, yeah, thank you very much for all the support. Enough of that. Today, need to get this in epoxy primer. It's starting to go a bit, not rusty, but orange. And I don't like that because it's taken me bloody ages to do these. So I'm going to clean them up again for about the third time. I've bought some steel, but instead of putting 1500 mil, I put 150. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. It was a waste of like £15 delivery, but you know. So yeah, going to try and, I've left it in the house, but I'm going to try and use the little bit of steel I've got to do the hole that I showed you the other week, underneath here, underneath the back. Weld on the backs of the light panels. I just need to drill little holes for me to do plug welds because I don't have a spot welder. Do them, clean up just a bit this arch, just make it look a bit neater. Sand the entire engine bay up till about, I don't know if you can see, about here, which is where the top of the bulkhead starts, which I've already done, as you'll see probably in grey epoxy primer. The rest of it's in red. That stuff I've just done in the past is a bit of a temporary thing, just to stop moisture getting to it, but most of that isn't keyed up properly, so that needs to be given a really good 80 grit. This epoxy primer, rust buster epoxy primer, I found you really need an aggressive key, really aggressive key. You know, you can't 320 or 180. It needs to be 80 or less, or it will just flake off. Which isn't a bad thing really, because it means it's really eating into that steel, because this is the first layer before anything else, before I put any filler on top, before I do anything. This stops the rust, stops the moisture from getting to it, and it needs to be keyed because this is the base. If you don't have a good base, then all this hard work will just end up coming straight back off again before you can, you know, even have time to shake a stick at it. So without further ado, I need to really crack on. I've got the bonnet over there just behind the camera that I need to epoxy. I bare metaled that a couple of months ago, and then it got put outside in some lean-tos I've got on the garage which Dad built for us. So it's just gone a bit orange again, similar to this. So it's not bad, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Okay, I won't be doing the filler work on it or anything like that, but I just want that in epoxy primer. Same goes for this wing here, which I can show you. I don't know if you're just about to see, it's just gone a bit orange on there. I mean, these wings are really good condition. The light, the indicator light has been patched. My plan is to move them down here. So instead of having them up about there, I want to move them down here, like they are on the K series. So instead of having a great big orange whacking thing there, it'll just have a nice little clear lens with hopefully a little LED in it. So I've done them before. I've relocated stuff in brand new doors that have been painted, and I came to fit them back up and realised, oh, they don't have the holes in. So I've got a bit of practice with that. And this here has only had, I don't know if you can see, it's just had a piece of steel glued onto the back and then filler over the top. So I want to make that a bit nicer, but that's not a job for today. The job for today is buzz this back, buzz any bits of bare metal back, get it back to white steel, and get it just in epoxy so it can sit for as long as it pleases, whilst we work on the K series, which is behind the camera. By Wednesday, that needs to be in here. I want the driver's door off, and I want to make a start on repairing my undoings, shall we say, at Snetterton. Yeah, that is about it. Lot to do, not a lot of time to do. I need to be finished by about 2 o'clock. It's 11:30 now, so I've got just about 2.5 hours to do this. Updates might be few and far between. But yeah, we'll crack on. So according to me, that's what 1.5 meters of steel looks like. What a clown! So, problem with the welding wire. That hole, the diameter is quite a bit too big to go on the actual spindle that comes off the side of the welder. But I've come up with a solution. Modern problems require modern solutions, I believe. And that was an old piece. That was the old coil. This is a smaller one. This is maybe 2 kilos. That one's 6 or 5, whatever it is. Anyway, and I thought, oh, the diameter of that seems similar to the internal diameter of that. So I cut one. Obviously, you see there, it's got that flange. I had one on this side as well to hold the wire on. And I thought, if I cut that off, will it fit? And I show you, quite see this. Bingo, sorted. Yeah, alright. Not ideal, but happy with that. Crack on. Now then, today is 3rd of December. Did sweep bugger all yesterday, so yeah, we have days like that. Reason being, a bit annoyed with the welder. I bought some 0.6mm wire because I thought that might be a bit easier to weld with instead of 0.8. But I couldn't figure out how to change it, the rollers on it in the welder. Turns out I was just being an idiot. But anyway, done that, done some welding tonight. And I don't want to jinx it, might be able to put it in some epoxy primer. Because also I have a little propane heater down here, which Dad bought for me, which is very nice of him. Yeah, there's a nice big rust patch next to where the chassis, where the front subframe bolts onto, which is unnerving, but it's only small and not too bad, but I'm not bothered about that. I've done enough faffing around. If I keep faffing around, I am never going to get the race car in here. Because to do that I need to take subframe out, which would have made that one easier on the inside of the wing, but anyway, it swings and roundabouts. So I don't know if you can see on my breath, a bit cold, probably not the best, or the best conditions, shall we say, to put epoxy primer on steel, but hey ho, needs must, and race car is priority now at the moment, not this. I've etch primed the bare metal. I did, no, I tell you, I did that yesterday, so I didn't do nothing yesterday. I did that yesterday on the bare steel. I'm just going to give that a quick scotch with some red Scotch-Brite just to help key it up, and I'm going to try and bang on some epoxy primer. I've also, because I've fixed the welder, I've welded on the driver's side, offside light panel now. That is all done. Not the neatest job because again I changed the wire, so I was getting used to how that wire was welding, and I would highly recommend it. I would absolutely recommend 0.6mm wire. Absolutely, so much easier to weld thin stuff, and because it's such a small rod, you can have a lot more control over it. That is also what she said. Yeah, I found that a lot easier. It took me a little bit to get used to it, but I think I've got it in, and I've only done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so 12 plug welds, and I've got the hang of that 0.6mm wire, which is lovely. I need to, this is really bugging me. The inner wing is severely pitted, and I've got some of this stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Rustbuster. Fantastic products. They make, you know, lovely stuff. It's the same as it's all Q-Rust, Hammerite Q-Rust. I need to put that on there because to fix the pitting, I'm going to have to chop the entire sort of third of the front car off remake the inner wing and weld it back on. And if I'm honest, I can't be asked. If it rusts again, then I'll do it in 10-15 years time. Hopefully it lasts that long. Yeah, battery's going flat. I need to crack on. I'll catch up with you in a minute. So as you can see, just a very quick overview of what that Rustbuster Limited stuff does. This is that inner wing I spoke about, with all of the pitting. Not actually that bad, but just a bit less than ideal. And these are the welds. I'll show you them because, you know, I believe you can never hide behind anything. Not the best, not the worst. Again, just trying to learn the new settings. Probably should have done it on a piece of steel, but anyway, they look a bit interesting. But I'll show the other side. They have gone through and they have, for want of a better word, penetrated the steel, as you can see, where the welds have all come through. Right, so I put a little bit of masking tape on a couple of areas, which when I show you, you'll see them. The reason for them is just to give myself a visual clue of, oh, I need to do that bit, right? Because I've got, instead of doing the full engine bay, because on the driver's side it's pretty much all in epoxy primer. I don't want to go over the full thing again because I'm just wasting time there. I'm just going to do little bits. So I've scotched them up, and the masking tape is just got this bit's bare metal, scotch it, spray it. I'm just about to start mixing the paint. Right, let's crack on. I think I'm going to have to do the bonnet flat. And for that, the car's going to need to be outside. But it's currently 5 o'clock at night and raining. I'll get the wing done because the wing's just front edge of wing rather to faff around with it. I really wanted to get this all done in one foul swoop, so I wasn't sort of wasting pots and, you know, that sort of thing. Oh well. Safety third, kids. Ah. You don't know if you can see, bloody wasn't at the end of it. And so here we are, everything all epoxied up and done, or as done as done can be for now. Oh, back there, done. I'll give it a C plus, I think. Not the best, not the worst. Best it'll do, I think. Certainly better than it was. Well, certainly better than it being sat out there in just bare metal. Well, there we are. That's that job done. That's that job jobbed, as some people might say. Overall, yeah, alright. Not so happy with it, but you know, it's just epoxy primer. It can come back off and things can be changed. Overall, I think it actually has come out quite well, given how haphazardly I did it. And I don't know why the paint was drizzling out the
end of the gun. I'm not so sure there, but I've just taken it apart. I've given it a right good cleaning. It was full of stuff, like old bits of paint and that had congealed, and some of them always tend to rubber, but that might be just partially dried stuff from today. But anyway, that's that one done. I can now put wheels on it, spin it round, get the back end facing this way, and make a start on doing the quarter panels. I've done the driver's sill, so to be fair, and from memory I think I've just got the lower driver's quarter to do. I've not actually even seen the passenger one in about 6 months. There's a few dodgy spots which you may have noticed where the steel, where I've done a couple of plug welds, especially one on the driver's side next to this little like panel thing. I say panel thing. It's like a chassis sticker stamp, but it's not a chassis stamp because it's not the chassis number. I welded that up, but I did that with the old welder probably about 2 years ago, and it is shocking. So I'm probably going to carefully cut that out with a die grinder, with the angle grinding end on it, and just put a really small little patch in it. And there's one on the near side as well, just behind the light panel, but that's not 100% welded on, and I'm not welding that on because again I'm spending too much time. I'm not welding that. I'm not going to finish welding that until it's back in here. Need to really crack on with a race car. There's a massive amount of work to do on that. But yeah, this car is sort of it'll be done when it's done. And everyone's saying, "Oh, get it done. It won't take that long. Why is it taking you this long?" It's taking me this long because it's taking me this long, and it will take as long as it takes me. As daft as that sounds, because I'm going 110% on it. And like I said earlier, it's because I've been watching Retro Power, whatever they're called, and just seeing what they do. I'm like, what? And that's what I want this to be like. Whether it will turn out like that, I don't know. But the image in my head is, watch any of the Retro Power videos. It's the ethos of that, looking like an original Mark 1 turbo with a challenge body, Metro Challenge body kit, and Ronal wheels, and a race car. As mad as that sounds. So it'll be comfortable, have sound deadening, look like a race car, go like a race car, sound like one, but be 110% in terms of looks. So all of these will be able to back up how good it looks. Hopefully, if it looks crap but goes like stink, then I'll still be happy. But it's that one on its own that I really am pushing for. Because you can do bits like put in a CAD Owens Fabrication internal shifter. That means then drilling a hole in the bulkhead, which then also means potentially drilling a hole. Maybe not drilling a hole in the subframe, but certainly a fair bit of hackery. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that. I might see if I can find a. I've watched Hickey Race Engineering in Ireland. He does some fantastic work, I have to say, brilliant. But he has made an original mini shifter mechanism, but instead of having a stabilizing rod going from the bottom of the shifter mount to the gearbox, because obviously as your engine moves, you want your gear linkage to go with it. Otherwise, when your engine moves, it'll jump out of gear. And what he's done is he's taken that rod out, but he's made brass fittings for the shifter to just really help tighten it up. And obviously he's put I think the car it was going on had two bottom steadies. So then the gearbox was held at the bottom to either the subframe or the chassis. I'm not sure. On this, it's just got one on the near side, but I'm going to see if I can get one for the drivers. And then that helped hold the gearbox to the subframe, So you could remove that bar and make the shifter much, much more positive. And that's what I'm after. A really, really, really good, nice feeling shifter mount. But that's just an example of the lengths that I want to go with this car, because I want it to be, you look at it and you just, every time you look at it, there's just something different. And there's something different and you just go, wow, wow, wow. Mainly because I want to look at it and go, my God, I've built one hell of a car. It might take me, I want it done, really. I want it painted and moving for its 40th birthday, which is September 2023. Because also they'll be tax and MOT exempt, which should be handy. But yeah, it's something that I want to be absolutely mental, but not. I hope that description gives you a little idea of what's going around in my head. That's what I'm going for, is retro power, metro challenge, original, but not, but fast, and a race car, but it's comfortable on the road, but not. Yeah. Enough twittering on. Thank you very much for watching. This is probably a very long one, mainly because quite a lot has actually happened. And yeah, hopefully next one will be quart panel in paint, and then I won't video swapping the cars around because it's just but yeah, so there'll be one more episode on this before I might actually see if I can film it and video it outside, so you can get a bit of an idea of what it looks like. And then the next one after that will be a different series. I'll probably number it as a different series, because this is not that car, so it's a different series. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm quite liking making these. I hope they're all right. Last one did quite well. Surprised at that. Watching some numpty faff around and do a terrible job on a car, but anyway. And if anyone likes to see a video on the ZR as well, there's a hell of a lot of history on that car, more than you may first imagine. I'm not going to say too much because that's for a different video, but again, if you'd like to see it, let me know. Similar thing to what Nick's Garage did, where he'd got his car done and sort of went through the history on it and so on. I've got a big book on the history of, and it's very, very, very interesting. And there's a good story with that car. But yeah, if you'd like to see it, let me know. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.